As the owner of a 2008 Honda CR-V that is slowly decaying to oblivion, I am very interested in that. If you've ever seen a Honda CR-V, you've probably guessed that this is the new 2023 CR-V. The title of the video might also have given it away. The now 6th generation CR-V is built on the same general architecture that underpins the latest Civic and HR-V. Compared to the former CR-V, the new one is 2.7 inches longer and 0.4 inches wider. The wheelbase has also extended. As with the latest Honda Civic, the CR-V has had its A-pillars moved rearward, which improves forward visibility. In fact, the interior feels very Civic-like. You got this honeycomb treatment here, kind of hiding the vents. Oh, and in the center here, the center console has grown, so it's now 9 liters big, almost big enough for a human head. No, I'm not going to put my head in there. Or will I? Mike, come around the other side for a second. I want to show something. As introduced on the Honda HR-V, the CR-V has body stabilizing seats. That's just their nomenclature for their new seat design, but they are very comfortable. I want to point out something really important though. As a guy who always complains about lumbar support, this button right here is a big deal. This is power adjustable lumbar support, and this is the base trim. Yeah, power adjustable lumbar support is standard, which means less complaining from me, everyone wins. Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah. The new CR-V's interior is roomier, and one place you'll really feel that is in the second row seats. This is my ideal front seat position, and seated behind myself, I've got so much leg room. In fact, so knee clearance is excellent, but look how far I can put my feet under there, because the front seat sits up enough, I can really stretch out. Great headroom. Oh, and they've also adjusted the rear seats, so there's now 8 degrees of recline, so you can really dial in the exact perfect comfortable position. Last thing I'm going to mention, I have complained about this a zillion times, rear seat vents. These are standard. Again, this is the base EX trim, and these little guys are right here. So when my daughter is driving in the CR-V with us, these will help keep her cool, because she's only 7 and she deserves air conditioning, doesn't she? Well done, Honda. Rounding out the CR-V's newfound capaciousness, boy, that's a $10 word, 36.3 cubic feet of space behind the second row seats, and if you go with a non-hybrid, you can take the floor and drop it down, and that adds 3 cubic feet. One thing I have noticed, though, is that if you flip the seats down, like this, eventually, it is not a flat load floor, even with the cargo floor in its upper position. So there's a little bit of a hump here, but in terms of overall space, it is a definite improvement. The way Honda has divvied up the CR-V lineup is interesting. Basically, there are 4 trims. The EX and EXL get a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine married to a continuously variable transmission. If it functions like the CVT in the HR-V, and I'm guessing it will, I won't have much to complain about. Honda has a knack for tuning CVTs so they don't have that rubbery, groaning acceleration feel. Completing the CR-V lineup are the Sport and Sport Touring trims, both featuring an updated hybrid powertrain that merges an efficient 2-liter gasoline engine with 2 electric motors. You'll notice that 204 horsepower is more than 190 horsepower. Honda noticed that too, which is why they're including the hybrid powertrain in their sportier models. On that note, Honda expects half of all 2023 CR-Vs they sell to be hybrids. I'm also told that the hybrid mimics the feel of a traditional automatic transmission and can tow 1,000 pounds. So far, we don't have any details on fuel economy figures for either the 1.5-liter engine or the hybrid, which explains my speedy segue into the updated all-wheel drive system that can now send up to 50% of the engine's power to the rear wheels. If you're wondering about drive modes, Econ and Normal mode come standard, along with, on all-wheel drive models, a Snow mode. But if you get the Sport model, which has the hybrid powertrain, you get an extra Sport mode. That's right, the hybrid is the sporty one. And if you'd rather not press the brake pedal when descending a dirt hill, you'll be pleased to know that the 2023 CR-V now includes hill descent control. Stylistically, the new CR-V looks unmistakably like a CR-V, but there is a sharpness to the design that gives the 2023 model presence. All CR-Vs get standard LED head and taillights, and the smallest wheels you'll find are 18-inch alloys. I like that the Sport and Sport Touring trims receive somewhat sportier fascias, dark trim, and these rectangular exhaust finishers, though only the right side actually surrounds an exhaust outlet. Moving back inside, I can just copy and paste from my HRV video, noting that there's a new standard 7-inch digital gauge cluster on all trims. Infotainment comes via a 7-inch screen on the EX and Sport trims, or on the EXL and Sport Touring trims, this optional 9-inch screen. With either screen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are included, though both are wireless with the 9-inch screen. And as observed in the HRV, the CR-V's infotainment interface offers a nice blend of physical buttons and knobs, along with a very, very simple interface. It's very easy to use, though I do wish the little anchor point here for your thumb so you can make steady inputs when you're driving was a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Stop screaming at me. Just a little bit bigger. That's all I ask for. Boop. Another CR-V strong suit is safety. The Honda Sensing suite of active driver assists comes standard and has been updated with a wide view camera and radar for more effectively mitigating our human tendency to drive terribly. I'm also excited that blind spot warning is now standard, and if worse comes to worse, there are 10 airbags ready to deploy, including rear passenger side impact airbags and front driver and passenger knee airbags. Yeah, I get excited about safety equipment. Don't you? So far, Honda hasn't revealed pricing for the 2023 CR-V, but the 2022 CR-V starts just under $27,000. No doubt that one will be a little bit more expensive. And by the way, this goes on sale in the summer of 2022. This goes on sale toward the end of 2022. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to feeling bad about how poorly I treat my 2008 Honda CR-V. I didn't have enough room in there for my dignity as well. Just the head.